had a customer message me about a date that I already had marked fully booked on my website, and she basically asked if I had any cancellations whatsoever. She would love for me to let her know. She proceeded to tell me that she lives in LA and she was willing to make the drive over here just to pick up a cake from me. She told me that she 100% knew about the distance and the risk that comes with traveling with a cake for that long. I'm not gonna lie, the first thing that came to my head was, this probably isn't gonna happen. Not only was that specific date already marked fully booked, but I just knew there was no way a cake was gonna survive for a ride longer than 3 hours. It may be fall, but this Phoenix weather is out of control. We hit 110 degrees today. And just for reference, I will save you the Google search if you want to know the distance between LA and Phoenix. Here it is 364 miles away. But to my surprise, I had a baby shower cake cancellation that same exact weekend. So then I asked her what specific design she had in mind. I was honestly waiting for her to say that it was a larger cake, a 2 to 3 tier cake, and I was already ready to tell her that a cake like that would simply not make the drive. And then she just tells me she was looking for something the size of a small smash cake for her daughter's first birthday. Everything in me was telling me not to take this cake order, but at the same time, everything just happened so perfectly and what she was looking for might actually make it. So I told her, you know what, I can go ahead and take your order. She was so grateful and said this meant so much to her. I asked her what she wanted as far as the design. She told me she wanted this one specific scene from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway railway ride, where they are outdoors at night and they're sitting on a blanket and Mickey is serenading Minnie. However, I didn't receive any inspiration pictures. She told me I can do whatever I wanted, and she simply sent me this one picture. I stared at it for a couple minutes and I just thought, how in the world am I going to turn this into a cake? So I asked her if she wanted some type of just an edible image design or if she wanted me to sculpt the figures. And right away, she asked if I could please sculpt the Mickey and Minnie figurines. I thought, oh my goodness, what a challenge. But if she was willing to make such a long drive just to pick up one of my cakes, then I could create something really special for her. So I started out with this dark blue buttercream vase, and then I pulled up that picture she sent me, and using an editing tool on my phone, I removed Mickey, Minnie, and Pluto from that picture. I cropped out the top half of the image so I was only left with the bottom, and I printed 2 of these on edible sugar sheets to create these edible images. And because of the long drive, I did place these in front of some dark blue fondant, rather than just placing the edible image straight onto the buttercream. I also used some clear piping gel to attach that fondant onto the cake. Once all of the images were placed around the cake, I piped this border along the bottom. Then I placed my topper, which is the top half of that picture, as an edible image. I used some blue chocolate melts just for added support. And now it's time to add Mickey and Minnie. I am so incredibly proud of these figurines. They took about 3 hours to make, but I just wanted to make sure I included every little detail, including Minnie's crossed hands, her hat, her crossed legs, the flower on her ear, and even Mickey's guitar. I made this pink fondant blanket that I put on top of the cake, and then I placed Mickey and Minnie right on top. This was definitely one of those times where I just stared at my cake in awe. Once it was all done, I placed the cake in my light box for some pictures, and then I boxed it up and placed in the freezer until the customer arrived. She told me that she was going to be sending her partner to pick up the cake, and he did bring a large cooler to place the cake in, as well as some ice to keep it cool. At this point, I was pretty confident the cake was going to make it.
Normally for a regular drive, I recommend like the floor, but how long of a drive do you have?
5 hours?
Damn it. Oh my
That's
god.
crazy. What time did you leave?
At like 6 and I left like at 6:30.
Oh my goodness. And thank you so much.
Oh, and we got you these waters.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
Just in
it.
case.
Thank you.
He left, and then right away I sent the customer these pictures, which was the first time she was seeing the design. It wasn't until 7.5 hours after he picked up the cake that the customer let me know he made it back. And she said it made it. She even sent me these adorable pictures the following day. I'm so happy I took on this cake order because it is now my #1 favorite cake. I hope you guys like this one.